Sundays? Yeah. You're doing Sundays? Yeah. Mondays? Okay. Dan, go on then.
Fabian, it's funny what can happen when you get your best players back on the pitch again in the second half, and what a fairy tale for Matt O'Reilly as well.
Yeah, I think it's always important to have a big squad, to have a squad where you can make subs where you know that the players will have an impact on the game. And of course, I'm happy for Joao and Mark that they come back after this long time with this impact. And they worked hard in the rehab. They didn't have an easy time, so today they get what they deserved for the hard work during the hard time.
Particularly for the winning goal scorer, having not even lasted 10 minutes of his debut to then come back today and get a winner against Manchester City. I mean, sum that up.
I think it's also in general in life you get what you deserve and you get what you work for. And to be honest, I never seen a player who had like this positive mindset during injury, and after surgery he came to the training ground and shows a personality with a lot of positive with a positive mindset, with the feeling that he wants to come back stronger as expected, that he come back faster as expected. And I think that's exactly what he worked for this moment today, and I'm very happy.
What changed that, in the second half so much?
I think in possession that we were more patient. So in the first half we played too many vertical balls. We had too many easy giveaways when we were in ball possession. And when you are more patient, the gaps were opening more. Then we had the right timings to create exactly these passes where we get in the spaces. And I think there was a big change in the second half in possession. And out of possession we played with more intensity. We had a better pressing pattern. We were more ruthless in personal duels. And of course a player like Carlos, who has exactly this profile where you know that he's a player who's very athletic, who's very fast, who's very dominant, winning personal duels, helps you to change a game.
How do you assess the performance of him until now?
I think he made a good game. So I always judge him by working defensively and how he helps Purvis to defend his side. And I think that he had a lot of positive actions. I would be happy, or much more happy, if he would score. But in the end, I don't judge him by making goals or making assists. I judge him by how hard he's working for the team. And I think today he showed it again that he's a big team player, that he tries everything for the success of the club.
Dan?
Hi Fabian, that's twice in the last few home games that you've completely turned around the game against Spurs here and then today. What do you put that down to? Is it something you're saying at half time, or is it just getting gripped in the opponents?
To be honest, I would love to have it not in that way, because I think it also costs a lot of nerves on the bench. But in the end, it's a football game. In the end, you always play against great opponents with a great idea. So there are always two halves, and I think the halftime is there that we can use it, that we can have a bigger impact on the team. You can have an impact by a message, you can have an impact by a sub, you can have also an impact when the players talk to each other. So we try to use the halftime as best as possible, but in the end it's always the responsibility on the players, how they come back, how they really believe in themselves, how they believe to win the game. And that's the main topic. And I think the players showed themselves great personality and great reaction in the second half.
Andy?
Fabian, in your press conference on Thursday, you talked about what you learnt most in the first 10 games. You talked about using the momentum when you have it, sticking to a style, and also showing courage to win games. How do you feel those elements related to tonight's performance?
It's a very good question, because in the question is the answer already. So I think exactly that. What is it today? We didn't have the momentum in the first half because we played very, very passive. We didn't play with intensity, and then in the second half I think we talk in general a lot about tactical things, but in the end, the small things can make the difference. How you go in personal duels, how much is your self-belief, how much is your courage to play in ball position, and these small things can make a big difference. And of course, then the subs can make a difference, like I said. And it's always very, very hard to change the momentum, but we were able to do it today. And when we had the momentum, we used it today. And I think that was also the difference in comparison with last week to Liverpool. We also had a lot of momentums there, but we weren't able to use it. We only received after the game compliments for our performance, but in the end, this business is also about getting results. And today, the team gets for the performance and for using the momentums the result, and that way I'm happy for them.
Was your half-time message to show a bit more courage?
It was to play more patient, of course. To have more self-belief, of course, to have more courage. It was part of it, but like I said, in general, it's more about how the players react in the second half, how they have the self-convincement of turning this game and the self-belief that they can beat everyone, and I think they showed it today.
Hi Fabian, many congrats. What does the victory mean for you personally and for the club? Beat City at home and Guardiola?
So, unfortunately, also a win or victory against Manchester City only gives 3 points, and that's why I think we should be proud. We should be happy. The club should be happy, and they should also take like the self-belief and the self-trust away from this game, that they are able to beat everyone, that they are able to compete with the establishment. But on the other side, I think it's also very important to stay humble, to stay grounded, to keep working, to keep focusing on the process. Because in the end, when we take now the last two games against Liverpool and City, we had 2 games and 4 halves, and we only played 2 halves like we can play. And the other halves, we weren't good. So also today in the first half, it's also part of the drift, we weren't good enough. We weren't intense enough, and like this you can't compete with the establishment. So now it's about us to bringing more consistency in our style of play.
And for you personally, to beat Guardiola at such a match?
Of course, Pep Guardiola is one of the best managers in the world, but it's not a game from me against Pep. It's always like a game from the club against the other club. So in this case, Brighton against Manchester City. I'm today happy for sure. I'm today proud of the team. But these games and these victories only happen because of a great togetherness. And I have great experts in my team. I have great people who support me, who are very helpful, and sometimes you win together, sometimes you lose together. I think that's the best sentence.
Darren.
That was very complimentary about Jean-Paul Van Heck afterwards. What were your thoughts on how he played against Erling Haaland and his performance overall?
I think you can't defend Haaland in 1-against-1, so you always have to defend them with more players, with compactness, and of course they had a lot of duels, and I know how big the potential from Jean-Paul Van Heck is, but in the end, part of the truth is also that Igor helps them a lot, and Igor was there, so it was a great performance from both of them. How they defended Erling Haaland together, because in the end you can't defend them 1-against-1. So I have to give like for both players, both centre backs, a big compliment today.
And just one on Jack Hinshelwood. What was the injury to Jack?
I don't know it yet, so we have to make a scan, we have to make a control, and then we can say more.
Yeah. And Ferdy as well. Is he hopefully back after the international break?
Yeah, I hope that he can use now the time to rest and doesn't have to travel to the Turkish national team, so that he can recover, because I think it's very, very important. He has not a big issue, but he has a small issue, and if you don't recover this issue, it won't get better. So hopefully he can rest now.